they pay more than they need to for their most important pieces. So if you could go, I mean, this is a ridiculous analogy to make, but I can't think of a better one. If you could go to a supermarket and they're selling tomatoes, and over here they have a tomato and it's for $8. And then over here on this side, it's the exact same tomato, but it's $6. Do you have to think about which one of ththose you want?
Those are really expensive tomatoes.
Okay, but you know what I'm saying.
There's no question I'm taking the $6 tomato.
Are they or are they not? Choosing to pay more for the same thing by waiting on getting CeeDee Lamb's deal done, by waiting on getting Dak's deal done. Like, Green Bay couldn't get the deal done on Jordan Love fast enough. The Chargers couldn't get it done fast enough. The Bengals couldn't get it done fast enough. The Bills couldn't get it done fast enough. And as a result, even though they have very expensive quarterbacks, at least they got them as cheaply as they're going to get them. The prices are not going to go down.
They're not going down, and they never go down. And I don't want to get too into the weeds with how NFL teams spend their money, but a couple of things that everyone can understand here. The Cowboys are the most valuable franchise on the planet. They're worth $9.2 billion. They rank 32nd in the NFL in cash spending. They're dead last. Year after year, the Cowboys and Jerry Jones refuse to, for lack of a better term, front the cash, give huge signing bonuses on the front end of their contracts. And in this case, that's hurt them a lot because they have 3 players that are due or could be due very soon. And that puts them in a very tough spot because they can't put themselves or choose not to put themselves at a market advantage like every other team is doing. So they're paying 100 cents on the dollar for their own players rather than 70 or 80 or 90 like everyone else, because everyone else has an owner that's willing to give that $75 million signing bonus like Jordan Love just got.
So why aren't the Cowboys doing it?
Because really rich people treat their money like Jerry Jones does. And that's how
But they're all really rich people.
No, but no one's as rich as him. And Jerry Jones has refused to do this. Like some NFL franchises, like the Eagles, for example, Jeffrey Lurie is willing to give some cash up front. It enables Howie Roseman to do the deals really early. In Jerry Jones's case, he wants to go year to year with this stuff, and he's not willing to give any of his homegrown players the advantage of, let's do this right away, let's reset the market, and only give you a huge amount of money up front. Because he doesn't want to front the money up front. He doesn't want to give away his millions of dollars in the form of a bonus. So he's effectively eliminating the opportunity that most teams take advantage of with their homegrown players, which is when they have the chance to re-sign them and give them the extension, we'll put a lot of that money in advance. Instead, Dak Prescott has a $55 million cap hit this season. It's a fraction of what, for example, Jalen Hurts is and is going to be in the coming years. It's pretty simple math.
So this is a part of this that I don't think most people understand because it's not a really obvious part of this. But what you're saying is that while everyone winds up getting the same amount of money, the way it is structured winds up impacting how much of it the owners actually wind up having to give away.
Themselves.
How long they can hold on to it, how much of it they wind up ultimately paying and everything else. And you're saying Jerry Jones basically hangs on to as much of the money as he can in ways that other owners do not, which would seem to be the opposite of the image he projects. Right? The image he projects is the ultimate freewheeling, right? Like I got my bus and I got my cigar. I'm just making this cigars and I'm living, baby. I mean, no one has made more money than he has made. I put this in our book, and I got to look it up again. But do you know what he paid for the Dallas Cowboys?
I don't remember what he paid. I do know that when they last won their Super Bowl, it was $272 million worth of franchise, and it's now worth more than 30 times that, even though they've only won 5 playoff games between then and now.
Now, let me read this to you. In 1989, Jerry Jones bought the Dallas Cowboys for $150 million. If he wanted to sell the Dallas Cowboys today, he would get $10 billion.
And then some.
Right? Let's say easily $10 billion. So you're better at this than I am. What percentage of that is that?
I mean, you're talking about 100 times. Like you're
almost 100. Or 100 times would be $15 billion, right? So it's like 75 times.
75 times.
So So he's worried about the little bit of money that he's fronting Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb? Like, that's the part of it I don't understand.
The thing is, he runs this $9 billion business like it's a family business. Like, if you go to their org chart, like the Cowboys org chart on their roster, the top 4 names you'll see are 4 Joneses. Like, he still acts like this is a mom and pop shop, even though it's worth $9 billion. I'm looking at the cash tracker right now for spending because this seems of interest to you. The teams in their conference, the teams with which they most closely compete in their conference, here are the top 4 in cash spending in the NFC. The Eagles, the Niners, the Lions, and the Packers. Those are the 4 best teams in the conference right now, and there is no coincidence why that's the case.